Feedback Learnex. English forever.
Welcome, Learnex community, to this week's edition of Feedback Learnex. I'm Marilyn Dela Cruz, and I hope that you've been staying tuned because we've been learning, we've been practicing, and we've been traveling. And this week is not any different. Let's take a look at a few places and what are some good and important details about these places. How do I get to Bora Bora? To get to the island, it is necessary to go through the Tahitian airport using the service of Air Tahiti Company. In about 50 minutes, you arrive to the Motomate Airport in the northeast. This small islet, or motu, is 30 minutes from Vaitate, which is the main town of Bora Bora. From the airport, you have to take a ferry to get to different destinations. And the ideal thing is to beforehand agree the trip with the hotel. On the island, there is no public transportation, so you have to rent a car, do jeep safaris, or move by bike or horse, as well as boats that go from one motu to another. Another way to get from Tahiti is by using boat cruises, although they are not recommended much because they are slow and also have few amenities. The documentation that must be carried is a passport if we are going to be less than 3 months, and a visa if we are going to stay longer. The currency is the French Pacific franc, and about 120 francs equals €1. The best thing is to exchange the currency on the island, in the same hotel that you are staying, in ATMs or banks, and in some places they even accept euros. Characteristics of architecture in Egypt. In Egypt, monumental temples dedicated to gods, such as the Temple of Amun-Ra in Karnak, are still preserved. They also fulfill the function of celebrating pharaohs or commemorating events, such as the Temple of Abu Simbel. Sphinxes were also built to celebrate the pharaohs. The pyramids were monumental tombs to pharaohs, and among them are the pyramid of Pharaoh Seneferu and the pyramid of Pharaoh Khufu. The mastabas were another form of graves, and on the other hand, the cenotaphs were funerary monuments, but they did not contain a tomb, but were only built to honor the deceased person. If I travel to Bali, what should I do? Whenever you visit a temple, you must wear appropriate clothing and footwear. It is very frowned upon to go in a bathing suit and especially to go barefoot. In most of them, they will provide you with a sarong and batik, if you wish to wear it. Whenever you enter a house or a private dwelling, you will have to take off your shoes before entering. Control your tone of voice. In Balinese society, a high tone and a lot of gestures is associated with anger. Do not practice topless. It is considered a very serious lack of respect and could lead you to legal problems. Always shake and greet with your right hand. The left hand is considered dirty because it is with it that they use it in the bathroom to clean themselves. Ask permission before photographing someone. Be very respectful with older people. Being a very traditional society, the elderly people are very respected. What places must I visit in Valera? You must visit the most important places in the village, such as number 1, the entrance tower. Without any defensive ambition, it was built exclusively for aesthetic reasons. Number 2, the beautiful cloister. Surrounded by spiral columns, it is one of the few remaining in the Moorish style. Number 3, the main tower, the first part of the whole complex, which with its height was there to signify the power of the Ruffalo family. Number 4, the well. Wagner glimpsed his magical garden of enchanted Klingsor, the first real representation of his visions and his creative genius. Number 5, the Knight's Room. The building, like other rooms in the villa, has a perfect Arab, Sicilian, and Norman style. Number 6, the incredible Belvedere, an east-facing garden offering a beautiful view of the entire area of the Amalfi Coast. Number 7, the Dining Room, in Italian La Sala da Pranzo. Corner surrounded by flowers and exotic plants is an integral part of the original Plaza de Ruffoli. Number 8, the Chapel. It hosts important art exhibitions throughout the year, including modern art. What are the most captivating things about Cappadocia? What is really striking about Cappadocia are the pinnacles known as fairy chimneys of the houses that made up the underground cities where Turks have lived until the last century. These houses normally had 4 or 5 floors joined by stairs, drainage systems, ventilation currents, and common kitchens. Also preserved are churches such as the El Mali Kilsi, with a large central dome, and the Tokali Church, with splendid frescoes painted with green and red tones. The volcanoes of central Anatolia are the culprits of the strange formations of the region. After the erosion, the Alps were formed in Europe, and the Taurus chain in southern Anatolia. The Melendez River, which forms the canyon of Ilara, the Hassan Dagi, one of the most beautiful mountains, are just some of the natural formations that you can visit in Cappadocia. Thanks for joining us, Learnex community, on this week's edition of Feedback Learnex, as we gave you information about the 5 places you have to visit before you die. Stay tuned next week as we give you more vocabulary, more information, things to learn, and a lot of English. See you guys next week.
Feedback Learnex, English Forever. Estamos en sintonía. Feedback Learnex, English Forever. Feedback Learnex.